Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jack Stedman Responds. Today I'm going to be responding to Roosh V's video from a couple weeks ago called Why Are Women Being Educated? In it, he argues that we don't need women to be educated past 8th grade because they should just have kids when they're in their fertile prime, and that is their intent. It's collectivist thinking, it's gross and ridiculous. It completely ignores individuality and the life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So let's get right into it. He starts with a little anecdote.
I saw something today which really bothered me. And it bothered me enough that it kind of hit me how wrong things are and how it doesn't make any sense.
It must have been something really crazy. I've had existential moments like that. There was one morning I was walking across a bridge over a river, and I looked out onto the water, and on a rock there was a big white bird. I think it was a swan, and it had a fish on the rock, and it picked it up and swallowed it whole. And it was like 6:30 in the morning or something. I was in a weird headspace, and it really made me think about it. It was an existential crisis kind of moment. It made me think about the liminality of life. So yeah, I'm interested to hear what your big life-changing moment was.
And what happened to me today was I was in a waiting room. There were women there. And it was a waiting room that took a long time to get things done. So a lot of people brought their laptops and other things. And there was a girl who sat near me who was very good looking. Like she was really cute. I mean, it's a wood bang. And she was, I would guess, around 20. And when she sat down, she took out a notebook. And then she opened that notebook, and I can tell through the floral handwriting, it was some kind of school notebook. And she had like 10 different highlighting colors. You can tell it was some kind of class that she was taking. And so I thought in my mind, she wants to study.
So Roosh uses his detective skills to find out that she's studying for a class, and now she is in the studying box. In his mind, she should be acting in very specific ways in order to be studying properly. And if she isn't doing those things, then she is wasting her time. She's screwing up. She's doing it wrong. And what the heck is wrong with her? Um, and this is the problem with Roosh's thinking in general. Once he puts you in a box, you should be acting according to that box in his mind, or else you're just crazy.
And while she was studying, I was watching YouTube. I was watching the Joe Rogan and Alex Jones interview, which you must watch. That was a great interview. So had one headphone on, but I'm always aware of my environment and what's going on. So she takes the notebook out, and I'm looking at her, and she was a good-looking girl, 20.
We get it. She was young and pretty. Continue.
Trying to study, but she wasn't doing a good job. Why? Because she had her phone. She overlaid her phone on the notebook. So imagine a girl with an iPhone or whatever phone that was trying to study with her phone right on top of it. So in other words, she was failing. She wasn't studying because she was going through all the text messages, and she wasn't on Tinder at least, but she was going through all this stuff and trying to study.
She wasn't studying the way I think studying should look. Isn't that crazy? Meanwhile, Roosh is watching a YouTube video, but actually he's looking over at this cute 20-year-old. So he's failing at watching this YouTube video. But he has no idea if she was doing anything relevant to studying, if she was asking a friend about something. Maybe she just got a text. You know what? It's not important that she is studying right now. Maybe she just wanted to have her book out, but she has time later, so she's not really taking it that seriously right now. Maybe she's just keeping herself busy in the waiting room by half-heartedly looking at stuff. It there's no reason that she needs to be studying very well according to Roosh's standards right then and there.
I was like, I'm looking at it and I feel pained. I feel hurt because it's like, this doesn't make sense.
It's insane. She's looking at her phone when she's supposed to be studying. That's what she was doing. She was studying. She has to be studying right now. What is going on? I decided that she was studying, so she must be studying.
You have a girl in her fertile prime, the most fertile that she's going to be in her life, trying to study.
Having kids affects the rest of your life. It's a big responsibility, and it effectively stops you from being able to pursue your dreams to the fullest if your dreams lie outside of starting a family and raising kids. At the very least, they hinder them. You lose a lot of time raising kids. If this girl's 20, she still has time before it's too late to have kids. And the fact that she wants to study, she wants to do something else for a while, that's her prerogative, and who are you to judge her?
And that made me think, what a waste of human resources, human capital, human everything for women whose intent on this planet, intent, that nature or God, whatever you believe in, their intent is not to study stupid shit. It's not to study to be accomplished. It's not. It's to make babies.
So, first of all, according to your own story, you have no idea what she was studying. It wasn't necessarily stupid shit. Though, it may have been, because college is screwy right now, and a lot of people are studying stupid crap. Just because women's bodies biologically function to create more humans, they function to give birth, that doesn't mean it's their intent. Each individual gets to define what their happiness is. And, you can say that there's a big difference between saying, hey, having a kid seems to make women happy, and I think that you should stop wasting your time studying and have kids. But to definitively claim that having kids is women's intent and that she's just wasting her time because she is a woman and studying, it's ridiculous. She could be a doctor or a nurse and save lives. She could go on to do great things. You have no idea.
I wrote an article called, I'll link it down below in the show notes, the 3 purposes of women. And those 3 purposes are reproductive sex. That's the main purpose. It's to have sex that creates life. The second thing is raising children. So whatever life they made, to raise it, allow it to survive. And the third thing is homemaking, to make a home comfortable for her husband, her children.
You do not get to say what anybody else's purpose in life is. Okay? It is up to the individual to define their own dreams.
And I'm sitting near this girl, a beautiful girl, again, who should be having beautiful children and satisfying a man who feels proud to have her as his wife and feels proud to have babies from her, studying bullshit.
If you want to get married, if you want to be in a relationship, if you want to be loved by a man and have kids, whatever, that is great. That is entirely laudable. But to claim that that is the purpose of all women, to say that if you have these biological features, then you fit in this box and this is the way you should be living your life, is so pompous. It's so ridiculous. And nobody should be able to tell you your purpose in life but you.
And then while she is studying bullshit because the culture has empowered her to replace her man with a job, replace her man with the government, welfare, government programs that push her into work. We have a man who is around her, let's say, who has to spend literally thousands of hours of work and energy on how to date her.
I don't know what he's talking about here. I think he's just talking about himself. He's a pickup artist, so he's spent a lot of time training to learn how to date women and pick up women, even though he admits that he has no children. He hasn't started a family. I wonder why no women have wanted to start a family with him. Look, even if you think that women's purpose is to have kids and raise a family, then that should be your purpose too, to enable that and to have kids. And if you haven't done that, then you're a hypocrite. Why haven't you had any kids, Roosh? Why aren't you a father yet? That's your purpose. You have a dick, don't you?
So while you have a woman spending untold hours learning how to essentially be a man, how to be accomplished and successful as a man, you have another man spending thousands of hours learning how to date her on top of the work that he has to do just to have a good job.
So being in the man box means that you should have a job. Having a job makes you manly. It is a masculine thing to work. That is another thing that is just ridiculous to say. He's completely ignoring entire sectors of labor that are more female heavy, and it makes him come off as an authoritarian collectivist. It's not okay.
And I kind of got sad. I got sad because what a waste. What a waste that our grandfathers, even our fathers, didn't have to do. How many hours have I spent learning game just to get laid, just to have a token intimacy, a simulation of love? And how many thousands of hours have women spent educating themselves in something that a man of less intelligence than them can do better? Because men are crazy. Men can focus, man. Men have focus. This woman couldn't even study. She couldn't even study because she had her phone. The temptation of the phone, of distraction. I'm writing a book right now, and it's hard. I'm not going to lie. But I can do it. Because I'm a man. I'm sick. I focus.
All right, I'm done. I am so done. I think we can all see that Roosh is a strange, crazy person. He doesn't think in a healthy way. He spent thousands of hours training to have a simulation of love. And that it's just really sad. I hope he can see the error of his ways and realize that just because you have certain genitalia doesn't mean that you have to live your life in a certain way. Because it's disgusting and it's not going to help him get any ladies. So yeah, that's it. Have a wonderful day. Bye!
Besides telling a woman to read and teaching a woman to read and write, 8th grade education. Why do we need to teach them more? And don't give me that egalitarian bullshit. Oh, because opportunity and all that stupid shit that you've been brainwashed since you were in public schools. Even if you consider yourself having taken the red pill. Why? Give me logical reason why we need women in university. Why that they should be focused on studying, which they suck at.